Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Today I thought I would do an old school video and share my monthly favorites from September. I haven't done a video like this in a while and I wanted to share what I've been using the most for the past month. So I guess I will begin and I'll start first with makeup. I'm going to talk about two things that I talked about in my last video, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this because I've already mentioned these, but it's two products from the Dior. It's the Forever Glow Star Filter as well as the Forever Glow Maximizer, and I have it in the shade Peachy. I'm wearing this right now. This is a multi-purpose product. I've been using it more of a blush, but I also put it on my eyelids today. It just goes on so well. It's very lightweight. It kind of has a bit of a cooling feeling when you apply it, and I can't say enough good things. I love it. It lasts for a long time throughout the day. I can still see that beautiful luminosity. It gives your skin such a gorgeous glow. I said in my last video, I want to get more colors in this. I want to pick up bronze. I definitely want to get the pink, and I might want to get the pearl too, because I think that would be fun to mix with other products and just play with it as a highlight. And I also have the Forever Glow Star Filter. I love this as a primer. So I've been using this before my Dior foundation. I use the Forever Glow in 2N. This is in shade 0, so I got it a couple of shades lighter, and I did that on purpose. I wanted it to act as a highlight. I wanted it to really give a brightness to my skin before applying my foundation. And I also like this to blend with my foundation. I've done that a couple of times, but I do find that I'm using this more as kind of a primer before my makeup, just to add a little bit of luminosity. I've even worn this on its own for a few times this month, and I love it that way too. It doesn't give a ton of coverage, but it does give you that lit from within glow, kind of a no makeup look, and it looks gorgeous with the maximizer on top. The two of these just give your skin such a beautiful luminosity and glow. I'm really happy with these two launches from Dior. I was super confused by the maximizer at first because I didn't really know what it was. It said on their website that it was a multi-use product, but I couldn't quite understand. I couldn't quite figure out what they were talking about, but it took me getting the product and playing with it to figure out that you really can use this in so many different ways, and I can't wait to try more shades in this. I have a new brow product here, and I'm not the type of person, I don't love doing my brows. It's probably my least favorite step in my makeup routine because my brows are a little uneven. I have a mole in this one that's just a little difficult to work around. But I found a brow product that I really like. This is from Anastasia, and it's the Brow Freeze Gel, but it's in this tube formula. So it has a brush. Normally I would get the Brow Freeze in the pot, the one that's very popular, but that was a little bit difficult to work with because you had to use a brush, and I had to clean my brush literally every single day after using it just because it would get really goopy. But this works well because it already has this rubber brush, and I just comb it through my brows, and then I take my spoolie brush and comb that through. And I find that this is it's less messy, it's not as thick, it doesn't stick to my brows as much as the pomade does, the wax pomade, you know. Now it is a sticky product, so you still have to use it very sparingly because I think it's easy to go overboard with this and you end up with, you know, goopy looking stuff in your brows. It's not a very good look. So I have to wipe the bottle on the edge, or wipe the brush on the edge of the bottle before I use it, just to make sure that I'm not getting too much product in my brows. But I really like this. It holds it in place. It's one of my favorite brow gels that I've used, and I've tried a few and they flake off during the day. They get kind of that white cast, like chalky look, you know, but I really like this one a lot, and I love that it's now in this tube. I mentioned in the Chantecaille video that I filmed that I picked up a new tube of the Radiance Gel Bronzer, and I have been using this every single day since I got it again. I forgot how much I love this. I'd used it before in the past, and then I just completely forgot about it. I typically opt for a cream bronzer. I really like the one from Chanel. But what I like about this is that it's a gel, so it's really easy to work into my skin, and I find that it looks a little more natural than a cream bronzer. It melts into the skin a little bit more, and it lays with my makeup rather than sometimes a cream can look like it's sitting on top, and throughout the day, because my skin is more combination to oily, it starts to break up a little bit. And you can see if I touch my face, you can kind of see the cream moves a bit. This bronzer doesn't move because it's a gel. It immediately just meshes into your skin. But the downside of that is that you have to work really quickly because it dries down very fast. It's a kind of intimidating product too because it is a very deep shade and it looks very intimidating straight out of this tube. You have to be very, oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my phone on silent. But you have to be very sparingly with it. Just squirt a tiny bit onto the back of your hand and work quickly with a brush. That's the way that I use it. And I find that that works best because it does dry fast, and if you're not careful, you can kind of build it up in places and it just looks a little bit muddy. But I love this. This little tiny tube will last such a long time because a little bit goes such a long way because it is so pigmented. But I'm really looking forward to using this as it gets warmer here. I just find that it works so well with my skin type. It lasts for a long time throughout the day. And the bronzer does have a tiny bit of luminosity to it. It's not shimmery. It's nothing off-putting. It doesn't look very shimmery or sparkly on your skin, but it just gives that little bit of light reflecting particles as you move your face. So you can't really see it, and it doesn't look like shimmer on your skin. But as the light hits it, it just catches the light in such a way that it gives your skin such a beautiful glow. I really love this. I'm glad that I rediscovered it. I'm glad that I got it again. I will say it is pricey for what it is, but this little bottle will last for such a long time because all you need is a tiny little bit. So I'm really happy that I got this again. For eyeshadow, I have been using both of the palettes that I talked about in earlier videos this month. I've been using the Shannon Cool, this is from the Sea Turtle collection. What I've been doing with this though is I've been just using this shade here and kind of calling it a day. When I'm in a hurry, I just want something that I put all over the lid, a little into my crease, and this shade has been perfect for that. It's this beautiful kind of taupey brownish, it's got a kind of a plummy gray. I'll show you on the back of my hand if it'll pick up on the camera. But it's such a gorgeous velvety satin finish. It's such a beautiful eyeshadow. I love this palette. And then I've also been using Rivage from Chanel. I actually put this on top of the Dior Maximizer in Peachy. I did that today, and I really liked the way that looked. It kind of just amped up this champagne shade a little bit. But yeah, I've been using both of those palettes pretty much exclusively this month. I have a couple of lip products that I wanted to mention. The first one is from the Sea Turtle collection from Shannon. This is Coral Vine. This is the shade that I picked up, and I have been wearing this nonstop. I love this color so much. It just makes me happy. I think that this goes really well with the Peachy Maximizer from Dior. I like the coral with the peach, and I love the formula of these. They're very comfortable. It has a bit of a vanilla scent, which I really like, and it just feels so soft and glossy on the lips. I've been wearing this even on days when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup and I'm just wearing a light tinted moisturizer because it doesn't feel heavy and it just gives a little bit of color, a little bit of brightness to my skin. This was from the Cool Shades collection, so they had 2 cool shades and 2 warm shades, and this was from the cool shade. So it had this blue, a turquoise, and then this lighter blue, and the packaging just makes me so happy too. So every time I use it, it just uplifts my mood and it makes me very happy. And talking about packaging, I've also been wearing this from Tom Ford. It's in that new sleek, slim packaging. I believe that these are limited release. I think I saw this on Instagram and I immediately had to buy it when they were showcasing what they used, I think on their winter runway recently. And this is in Iconic Nude. Now I have to say, as soon as I took the lid off of this, it kind of messed with the lipstick. I don't know if you can see this. I even roll it all the way down and it still, for some reason, there's something in here that catches the top of the lipstick and kind of just like nicks the side, which is very frustrating. Tom Ford lipsticks are not cheap, so it's kind of annoying that it's doing that, but the packaging is so beautiful. I love this slim lipstick, and to be honest, that's what sold me on this, but the color is really nice. It's just a nice natural nude, and I've been using this kind of just with my everyday makeup look, but I had to share it just because I thought that the packaging was so beautiful and it's very unique. Moving on to skincare items, I have a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. The first one is the Naturium Multi-Calm Cream Cleanser. So I've been using this primarily in the morning. I didn't share this in my recent skincare routine video because I don't use it at night. I like something a little deeper to remove my makeup, but this is a cream cleanser. It contains squalene, which my skin really loves, and it's a very creamy, calming, gentle cleanser. I use this, like I said, in the mornings, and it just leaves my skin feeling really clean, but also just calm and hydrated. It doesn't strip my skin. It's such a nice cleanser. I will say that it does have a little bit of this kind of weird plasticky fragrance. I don't know what that is. And I don't know if it's just because I'm getting to the end of my bottle, but it has a strange scent. It's not scented, the product itself. I think it's created without, it doesn't have any fragrance or anything. And this is supposed to be great for sensitive skin, which is why I got it. But it does have a slight like plasticky scent to it. I think it's just naturally like that. It's a really great cleanser, but I wouldn't use it at night because I don't feel like it would remove my makeup well because it is so gentle. And then I did have to mention this. I did talk about this in my evening skincare routine, but it's the Chantecaille Detox Clay Mask with rosemary and honey. I'm just so obsessed with this mask because it's so hard for me to find something that will get deep into my pores. I mentioned in that video that every time I go get a facial done or anything, they always comment of how deep my pores are, and they get clogged very easily. And I'm always looking for a deeply cleansing mask that isn't too abrasive and harsh because I do have rosacea and sensitive skin. And this one is great because it has a combination of honey, which is very soothing, and it doesn't leave your skin dry or tight. It doesn't harden on your skin. I cannot stand when a clay mask hardens on my face. I used to use, what was that one? I think you can get it at Whole Foods, but you would mix this giant thing of clay and you would mix it with apple cider vinegar. I used to use that back in the day. Oh my goodness. It was so terrible because it would just completely suck all of the oil and everything out of your skin and just like leave you feeling super dry and tight. It's nothing like that. This is still very bouncy when it's on your skin. Even after your 10 or 20 minutes, you can use it up to 20 minutes. It has a really nice moussey texture, and like I did mention, it smells so good. I have to smell it. But like I mentioned in my skincare routine, it does stain your washcloth or whatever you use to remove it, so just keep that in mind. It is a pricey mask, but it's something that I'm willing to invest in because it just works really well for my skin. For Christmas, my sister gave me an Osea skincare set of little trial sizes to try, and in that set was their Undaria Algae Body Oil. I think Undaria is how you say it, and I purchased the large size of this for my birthday after using up the small trial size that came in the set that she got me because this works so well. It doesn't leave your skin feeling greasy, and I'm not the type of person to rave about a body oil or a body lotion or anything like that. I like them, but it's always kind of hard to tell when something's doing something, when it's actually improving your skin tone and texture. And I have noticed such a difference when using this in my skin tone. I don't know how to describe it, but just my skin looks smoother. It looks more, it doesn't look as crepey. I'm not getting, when you sleep, I sleep on my side, which I know is not good, but I get these little lines from when I'm sleeping. They've gone down since using this, but I do think that this oil is to contribute to helping with that in my skin elasticity. I don't know what exactly it is. I know that they have a seaweed extract in here. They have antioxidants. Let me see what it says. It says it's mineral hydration that softens, smooths, and leaves skin glowing. Rich yet never greasy. I will say when you first put it on, it's more of a dry oil, but it does still leave that kind of oily feeling at first, but it absorbs into your skin really fast. So I will say at first it feels like it's going to be greasy, but it's not greasy once it absorbs. I love this. It's magic in a bottle. I don't know what they've done, but I truly love it. I ordered the largest size that they had because I just couldn't get enough of it. I went through the sample so fast because I could see a difference. In my arms, it just looked smoother. Any little fine lines that I had and on my legs, it just made my skin look so much smoother. And it was weird for me to see such a big difference because I typically just use a body lotion or a body cream or a body butter, and it just feels hydrating, you know? I've never seen it actually improve the elasticity in my skin and my skin tone in this way. So I'm looking forward to trying more from this line. I know that I received a sample in one of my Nordstrom orders of their body balm, I want to say. It was kind of thick. I'm curious about that. It felt really, really thick, and I don't know if that will work well living in Florida because I don't want to use something that's too sticky, but if it absorbs as quickly as the oil, then that might be okay. The little sample packet was just, it wasn't enough for me to tell long term. But if you've tried anything from this line, please let me know in the comments. I do have one hair product that I wanted to mention. When I got my hair done in January, my stylist told me to try this mask from Kerastase. This is their Nutritive Riche mask. So this is the richest one, I believe, in this collection. It's a deeply hydrating mask, and I was using oh my goodness, I can't remember the name. I can never remember the name. I'll put a picture of it right here. It's the black and gold mask. I think it was for dull hair. I was using that before I went and got my hair highlighted again, and it worked okay, but I think it was mostly just for helping if your hair started to look dull and you needed a little more shine. But I need something hydrating because living in Florida, it's so humid here. It just sucks the moisture out of my hair. We have very hard water here as well, so I'm always looking for something to hydrate because my hair gets very dry, but I have a lot of hair. So this mask works very well for me. It is extremely rich. I do think that they make one for finer hair, but this is the rich formula. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus on this, but it is very thick. It smells so fresh and clean and uplifting. I think part of the reason why I love it so much is that it smells so good, but it actually hydrates and moisturizes my hair, and I have seen such a difference in using this. I've been doing a lot to help the health of my hair over the past year, I would say, and I feel like my ends are just a lot more healthy. I'm not using as much heat on it anymore. I got a Dyson Airwrap in the fall of last year, and that's made a significant difference, but this mask is wonderful. I wanted to talk about a new fragrance that I got this month, and it is the Miss Dior Parfum. Now, this has been reformulated by Francis Kurkdjian, who also did Baccarat Rouge, if you're familiar, and I was very curious to see his interpretation of this iconic fragrance. If you're familiar, Miss Dior has been around, I believe, since 1947. If I'm mistaken, I'll put the actual date here. But it's one of those iconic fragrances. It's very flirty, it's very feminine, and I love his interpretation of this fragrance. It's immediately, to me, I smell more strawberry in this. I think that the way that they're saying, the way that they're talking about the notes, they're leading with jasmine. But in my opinion, I still smell strawberry and that very bright, fruity fragrance, like a red fruit. Right away, you get that strawberry. It smells so good and delicious. This is the perfect spring scent. I also love the bottle. The new bottle has this gorgeous houndstooth etching along the sides here, but the dry down on this has a really nice amber finish, and that's something that I love about this is while it's a very flirty, floral, very fruity, sweet fragrance, it does have that nice amber warmth that comes in at the end that just, it's not too overpowering. It leaves with something very warm and comforting at the end. I love this new version. If you are a fan of Miss Dior, I really think that you would like this. Go in store and smell it for yourself, see what you think, but I do think that this is a great version of this fragrance, and I'm happy to have this one in my collection. Okay, so those were all of my favorites from the month of February. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and also let me know what some of your favorites have been in the comments. I always love reading those, but I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again very soon.